Joining us from Ohio via Skype is the senior editor of Veterans Today, Gordon Duff. Many thanks for joining us here on Press TV, Mr. Duff. Now, no matter how much positivity the P5+1 expresses at the talks with Iran, the U.S. seems to be dancing to a different tune when it comes to Israel. Do you think ultimately, no matter what they say at these bilateral talks, ultimately the U.S. is going to bow down to the interests of Israel?
I really don't think the interests of Israel are what the U.S. is playing with right now. The U.S. is playing a game of avoiding humiliation over North Korea. It's interesting that North Korea explodes a nuclear weapon. North Korea threatens the United States. And in response to a threat by Korea to the United States, the U.S. threatens Iran. There's a certain insanity to that. The embarrassing part, of course, is that Kerry would make a statement like this from Tel Aviv, a nuclear power that there have been many demands that Israel answer for its nuclear arsenal, that the Middle East be denuclearized, and the only recognized violator is Israel. The hypocrisy of Kerry in this position is utterly unacceptable, and everyone in the world sees this clearly.
So what is the game plan over here? If you say this is basically to cover embarrassment coming from the recent actions on the Korean peninsula, what does the U.S. hope to achieve by making a scapegoat of Iran?
The U.S. is hiding a lot of things with Korea. The U.S. has had unusual relationships with Korea. A lot of the advanced weaponry in Korea has managed to reach Korea through Israel. This relationship is being kept from the public. There is a lot that's being hidden, and the best way to hide something is to scapegoat, and scapegoating Iran is certainly the easiest way of dealing with anything, especially since the U.S. has gone through a number of recent embarrassments as its illegal actions in Syria are becoming more public.
So do you think the U.S. actions as far as North Korea goes are going to come to light soon, given the state of affairs over there? Mr. Duff? Well,
the idea that if Iran had issued any of the statements Korea has, the U.S. would have immediately attacked Iran with nuclear weapons. That Korea has been allowed this much room, and it's been every effort has been made to give North Koreans more and more and more room, is a very clear sign to everyone that the U.S. has something to hide. There's little question. There have long been rumors about this, of why we pay North Korea, and we're fairly certain, we have fairly good sources that the U.S. just sent a $3 billion payment to North Korea within the last few days. And this is not a normal way a superpower is supposed to deal with a clear and present danger by paying them off. And the only way to cover those payoffs is by going to Tel Aviv and beating the war drums against Iran over the imaginary nuclear program that no one has ever been able to find evidence of.
Okay, we're going to have to just wait and see how this pans out. Senior editor of Veterans Today, Gordon Duff, there joining us via Skype from Ohio. Mr. Duff, it's always a pleasure having you here with us on Press TV.